Okay, in this video, I'm going to go through every question on the review. If you are also doing the review on EdSite, I'm also going to show you how to enter some of those answers in EdSite. So this first problem, determine whether the following ordered pairs are solutions. Remember that when you have an ordered pair, your ordered pair is an x and a y. So the first number is x, the second number is y. So in this first one, we are going to plug -2 into x. So -2 plus 2 times the y value -1. And we're going to see if it equals -4. This would be -2 and -2. Yes, it does equal -4. So it's looking like this might be a solution. Now we have to plug it into the other equation. So 2 times 2, or -2, it's -2, yes. 2 times -2 plus -1, and we need to see if that equals 4. This would be -4 plus -1. That does not equal 4, so that is not a solution to the system. The next one, you plug 4 in for x, so I might do this in a different color. 4 plus 2 times -4, and we want to see if that equals -4. 4 plus -8, yes, that does equal -4. Now plug that point into the other equation. 2 times 4 plus -4, does that equal 4? 8 plus a -4, yes, it does equal 4, so that one is a solution. We're doing the same thing in the next problem. This time we're looking at if the ordered pair is a solution to the inequalities. So it needs to work in both inequalities. If you're doing this on EdSite, this is a simple click yes or no, and then go to your next question. Same with this one, simple yes or no, click to go to the next question. So if we start with the point 4, 5. Let's see, 4 plus 5, is that greater than 5? I believe it is. So it's looking like this one might be a yes. Try it in the second equation. 4 minus 3 times 5. 4 minus 15 is going to be some negative number, which is yes less than 0. So that is a solution. 3 plus -1, is that greater than 5? Is 2 greater than 5? No, it is not. Don't bother with the second inequality. It didn't work for the first one, so it's not a solution. Let's try the next one. 0 plus 5, is that greater than 5? It's equal to 5, not greater than, so no, it doesn't work in the first one. It's not a solution to the system. All right, the next one is graph the system of equations. And then what is the solution to the system? If you're doing this one on EdSite, notice it says there are 2 parts to this question. After you graph, remember to state the solution in part B. On your screens, which are pretty small, you have to scroll to get down there. So I'm going to show you how to do this on your paper and then also how to put this into EdSite. The first equation is pretty easy. Y equals 2. That is HOI. That's a horizontal line. So we need a horizontal line at 2. The next one, we need to rearrange a little bit. I need to add 3x on both sides. So I have y equals 3x minus 1. That means we start at -1 on the y-axis. Remember, you always start with your first point on the y-axis. Our slope is 3. Up 3, right 1. There's our line. The point where those two meet is the point 1, 2. So the solution to the system is the point 1, 2. Now, I would always suggest that you do this on your paper first before you go to enter this into EdSite. In EdSite, you can type in that the solution is the point 1, 2. Now let's go back up to the graph. You click the first one, and this is for our first equation, and then you have to move these points to match the graph. So I know that this has to be y equals 2. So one of my points, and I don't know why it's looking like that, that's really weird. One of my points has to go to 2. The other one, move it around until you have a flat line. And it doesn't matter where that point is as long as you have a horizontal line at 2. Then you click the green one, and I know my y-intercept is -1, so I put a point on my y-intercept of -1. And then this point, we go up 3, right 1. There's our graph. So that is the graphed system. Don't forget to scroll down and enter your solution. The next one is basically multiple choice on EdSite, so I don't need to show this to you on EdSite. We'll do this one by elimination. This one's set up perfectly for elimination. I want my x's to eliminate, so I'm going to multiply my top equation by -3. That will give me -3x minus 3y equals -6. My other equation, the original equation, haven't changed that one, is 3x plus 3y equals 6. We're going to add those together. This cancels, which is a 0. This cancels, which is a 0. -6 and 6 cancels, which is a 0. Does 0 equal 0? That's a true statement. That means that there are many solutions. All right, the next one, and notice it says show your work. You definitely need to show your work on this. On EdSite, it says when you are finished with this problem, click the paperclip on the top left corner and attach a picture of your work. I'm going to be taking that out of there. I'm not going to do that on this review or this test. I'm just going to have you turn in your paper copy of the work. That's a remnant from when we had students doing this virtually, which we don't have this year. So ignore that, just solve the system and put your answer. Make sure you're showing your work on your paper. This one is set up perfectly for substitution. It says x equals this stuff. So I'm going to replace the x in the other equation with that stuff. So 5, instead of the x, I'm putting in 4y plus 19 minus 3y equals 10. Distribute, I have 20y plus, gonna need my calculator for this one because I don't know 19 times 5 off the top of my head, 95 minus 3y equals 10. Combine like terms, 20y and -3y is 17y. Subtract 95 on both sides, I get, I'm running out of space. I get 17y equals 10 minus 95 is -85. Divide both sides by 17. I get y equals -5. So your y value is -5. Make sure you put that in the correct place. A great thing to add to your note card is the reminder that ordered pairs are x and then y. So your x value goes in the first blank, your y value goes in the second blank. Once you know y is 5, use this equation to get your x. X equals 4 times our y value, -5, plus 19. -20 plus 19 is -1. X equals -1. The solution there is -1, -5. If you're entering this on EdSite, basically you just click here and type in -1. In the next blank, you type in -5. So nothing fancy, no spaces, just negative sign or a minus sign and then the number. All right, let's solve this system. This one is set up better for elimination. We have to decide which of our variables we want to eliminate. I am going to try to eliminate my x's. I'm shooting for 10 here. So I want to have positive 10x on the top and negative 10x on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply my top. I should use a different color than that because of the previous problem. I'm going to multiply the top by 2, and I'm going to multiply the bottom by -5. So that will give me 10x plus 8y equals 4. On the bottom, -10x, -5 times 3 is -15y, and negative 5 times 5 is negative 25. We are then going to add those together. Cancels. Negative 15 and 8 is negative 7. 4 and negative 25 is negative 21. Negative 21 divided by negative 7 is 3. Our y value is 3. I'm going to pick, it doesn't really matter which equation you choose, I'm going to pick the original bottom equation. I feel like it's smaller numbers. It's not really, it's kind of a toss-up. 2x plus 3, I know that my y value is 3, so 2x plus 9 equals 5. 2x equals negative 4, so x equals negative 2. The next system of equations, honestly, you could pick elimination or substitution. It is set up nicely for either of them. If you are going to do substitution, I would suggest that you get the y by itself. If you're doing elimination, this is set up to get the y's eliminated. You would multiply the top by negative 2. So I would have negative 4x minus 2y equals negative 10. And on the bottom, I'd keep that same one, 3x plus 2y equals 1. Add these together. This would be negative 1x, that would cancel, equals negative 9. So x equals positive 9. Then you need to choose an equation to plug it into. I think the top original one looks the easiest. So I'm going to do 2, oops, I need a pen. 2 times, I know that my x value is 9, plus y equals 5. 5 minus 18 gives me negative 13. So my y value is negative 13. Okay, that's the end of the first video. Watch the second video to see the word problem, the graphing the system of inequalities, and the multiple choice at the end.